Welcome back to Main Irish Angling TV, and this video is a follow-on from the pike trace making video that we done on making standard traces. And on this one we're going to actually make an up trace. Now, to explain what an up trace is, basically an up trace is a section of wire with a swivel and a snap that goes on before your main trace. And the reason why we would use an up trace is because you can chop and change to a lure if you want to do a bit of spinning, or you can chop and change to different size or different types of basic traces or main traces. Like, in other words, if you're using a 2 or 3 ounce or 3 inch bait, and then all of a sudden you want to go to something like a pollen or a mackerel, well then you can just snap off that trace and use another one. The up trace is always, in my opinion, it's something that should be on every pike rod. You should always have an up trace. It's just that extra bit of precaution, and it does no harm. It doesn't do any, it's not going to deter the fish or anything else, but just a handy piece of kit to have. The easiest thing in the world to make, because again, you don't have any wrapping or any twisting. It's all done with just a swivel, a snap, and 2 crimps, and that's it. So again, I'm using the same wire that I used on the last video, which is the 20-pound Carboflex. Again, I like this because it's so supple and yet it's strong, and it doesn't kink easy at all. It's a really nice wire. It's just really easy to work with, especially when you're crimping. We have the 20-pound crimps to match. As I said, match the crimps to the wire. We have the Fox barrel swivels, and we have the Fox quick lock snaps. Absolutely brilliant. Again, we have the sleeves. If you like or you want to use sleeves, they're there. If you don't want to use them, it's completely up to yourself. They just I just think that they finish off the rig well. They make it more professional looking and tidier. So again, what length should an up trace be? Same again, a minimum of 18 inches is what I'd use on an up trace. There's no reason to be any shorter or to skimp on it. It's just for that extra bit of confidence when you're fishing, and it's all about confidence with any sort of rig, especially if you make it yourself. So we have the length of the Carboflex. As I say, very simple. If you want to use a sleeve, the first thing on is the sleeve, on the narrow end first. Second thing on then is your crimp. Going to cut this wire a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit jagged there. And then your swivel. Now again, if you're using the barrel swivel, you have a round end and a pointed end. Put the pointed end on the wire, or the wire to the pointed end, I should say. When you're folding it over for the crimp, again, be careful. Don't squeeze it and kink it. Just form it over in a loop. Get it through the crimp, just to come out the other end a couple of millimeters. Okay, and then like a hangman's noose, you just pull that down gently to the swivel. Okay, and at that stage, then when you have it down as tight as you want it to go, which small loop, crimp and pliers. Again, remember, as I said in the last video, you have the groove on the bottom, you have the tooth on the top. Lay the crimp into the groove, level it across. Make sure it's not coming out on either end. It's the whole crimp is covered, and with one sharp squeeze, lock. Do not try to squeeze that again. If I was to do that now and try to lock that again, I just snap the crimp. Small little tag end there on the end that you had. Just get your cutters in again and take that off. Get rid of any bores or any sharpness that's there, and then pull down your sleeve. Push it over the crimp first. Pull it down to just use your thumb and forefinger and just slide it down until it goes over the eye of the hook, and it's a nice neat finish. Okay, now the other end, same again. If you want to use the sleeve, use the sleeve. I'll put one on for the video. I need my glasses. Put it down. On with the crimp. and on with the quick lock snap, as the one I explained in the first video. Again, don't pinch it or squeeze it, just form the loop over into the crimp, bring it out about 2 or 3 millimeters out, slide that down like a noose to the swivel, crimp, one sharp squeeze. Cutters, take the board off at the tag end and pull your sleeve down. Get through the crimp first. Again, thumb and forefinger just slowly down and over the eye of the swivel. And that's a basic up trace ready to go. That can be used, as I say, for just attaching different size traces that you have, different types of traces that you have, or just snapping on if you want to do a bit of lure fishing or a bit of sink and draw. It just gives you so many options that, you know, you constantly have wire on your rig, which is what you're going to need, and you should have if you're going piking either way. And solid. Again, just wrap that around a rig winder and you're ready to go.